Hello and welcome back to Almost Goddess podcast. Thank you so much for being here and thank you for joining me in today's episode. If you're new, welcome. I'm your host, Ruvea Wanda. This is your safe space for embodying and embracing the goddess in you. So in this episode, let's talk about vibrational energy or the law of vibration. So we all know that we are all made of atoms. We humans, everything in this planet, in this universe, and in this galaxy are made of frequencies, of energies, of molecules, of atoms. Regardless if there is a life or no life at all, still there is this vibrational energy within it. Let's begin with defining what frequency is. So it is the speed or rate at which something vibrates. So we call this a vibrational frequency. That everything, this microphone, this camera, the voice, the emotion, the feeling that I'm radiating from this podcast, the message, all are vibrational frequency. So according to Tanya Carol Richardson, the author of Self-Care and a professional intuitive, says that someone's energy or the energy of a physical space or a group of people isn't something you can see or touch, but it's something you can sense, feel, and react to. So vibrational energy or frequency is something that you cannot see through your naked eye. It is something that you can sense or feel. Imagine yourself entering a room of people you don't like or an event you don't even like, but you're just forced to attend. We all have that event in our life. We know that at work, when in school, there are like experiences that we are forced to. So when you enter those spaces, you can sense that you don't like the energy. You can sense that you don't like the energy of someone, of these people. Even when you don't even talk to each other, you can feel that their auric field carries that energy that doesn't vibrate with yours. So imagine you are at two magnets. There's a south pole and the north pole of a magnet. The other side both attracts each other and the other side both stay away from each other. So that's how frequency or vibrational law works. Something that you cannot see, but it's something that you can feel. So personal story about this is that when I came home here in the Philippines over a year ago, my intention is to change the belief and the energy of my family. I have that very intention. But that is coming from a place of love. I love them. I have these personal experiences that changed my belief, that changed the way I see the world, that changed the way I perceive things or situations. My mom always mocked me for being so calm on things, on circumstances or events. And that's not her frequency. She likes to experience, she's a pessimist by nature. And I don't blame her for that. That's something that has been passed on from her over the generations of my family. So that's the only frequency that she knew. She's exposed to that frequency since birth, in school, in her workplace. So I don't blame her for that because that's the only frequency that she experienced. So now, when I came home, I would like to change their frequency through my words, through showing them. But I failed to do that. Like, I came to a point that I'm so frustrated. I want to leave. I want to escape again. I want to run away. I'm so frustrated at that point that I want to leave them again hanging, that my intention is not working. It's not for them. I will just take a personal journey for myself, with myself, alone, away from them. But things just not, things just unfold. I'm not meant to go anywhere else. I don't feel like going anywhere else but here. So I stayed. I stayed and let things go. To be honest, I let things go because I lose that momentum. I lose the passion to help, to change them. Because I came to my realization that I respect whatever they're into. That's their journey, not mine. But lo and behold, when as I stayed with them, as I live again with them, I changed my frequency within myself. I didn't force anything to them. I didn't tell anything. It's just that it's starting to unfold with every conversations. Conversation that feels like it naturally came between us all. And that is the frequency. When I'm increasing my frequency, they level up to that same frequency. On the other hand, sometimes I get caught with this rabbit hole of increasing mine with theirs. So that's the awareness that when I can feel for myself that I'm spiraling downward to their frequency, I need to step up. I need to bring myself into the present moment so that I could stay in my own frequency at this level. So that is how I started to see the benefits of how frequency it is. So as an open emotional center in my human design, I get to absorb other people's energy. But at the same time, I get to influence them. So it's the other way. It's the other way around. Which one is stronger? But I need to make mine stronger so that I get to influence them, and as well as, absorb good energy for myself also, for me to learn, for me to grow, and for me to also increase my energy. If I met someone who I like the frequency, we have these deep conversations, I get to increase my energy a little bit higher. I adopt to a better energy. At the same time, if I fail to be aware of the kind of energy I possess and the kind of energy I'm opening up myself into, I could spiral down my energy. And that's normal. That's normal. It's a frequency. Frequency goes higher or lower. It's not constant. It's not constant because straight line, it's just boring and it means death. And in the ICU, if there's a flat line, it means death. As you can see, the normal heartbeat when you see it in an ECG, the frequency of your heart beats, it's normal to have a higher and lower and higher and lower lines or frequencies as we are talking about. So that is the normal rhythm of life. So how do you even raise your vibration to a frequency that you like, to the frequency of someone you're becoming, someone you're embodying the goddess in you. How could you raise the frequency to your highest self? That is why it's called highest self. That is your best self, because it's the epitome, it's the peak, and you keep raising that. So first is, you want to experience the things that gives you joy. It's some kind of a self-care routine. Morning routine is something you do for yourself. Morning routine is a time for you to do all the things that you want for yourself. Journaling in the morning, soaking up with the silence of the morning, meditating, movement. It's a time dedicated for yourself. It's the time dedicated to do the things you love that doesn't involve work, family, other people, or other external resources. It's centered to you. That's why it's called self-care. You're caring for yourself. It doesn't need to be fancy or an hour. It's just as short as 5 to 10 minutes. It's enough for you to connect back with yourself. So another way for you to raise your vibration is to manage your physical energy. How do you do that? Managing your physical energy by eating balanced, whole food that nourishes your body. If you haven't listened to my other episode, I'm suffering from bloating sometimes, and that depletes my energy. Bloating is not a good place to be. So that is why I'm very, very careful with the food I'm eating and what I'm putting inside my body, because bloating sucks, and I want to have vitality in my life. I want to have more vitality in my life and in my body. I want to create more energy. That is why I am very careful of my physical body. I'm moving at least 20 minutes now every other day. And I'm attending a yoga class at least once a week, just to keep the momentum of movement in my body. I also like walking outside of nature for as short as 5 to 10 minutes. Just so. Okay, next is rituals that manages your emotions. So what are these? Meditation, somatic practice, breath work, EFT. These are just simple ways to manage your emotion. Nervous system regulation. And for you to regulate your nervous system, breath work, meditation, EFT are just the examples of the practices that manages your emotion. So say, for example, meditation, there are a lot of different kinds of meditation. Choose what works for you. If you cannot sit in meditation, dance or tap in your body. Tap on these meridian points. There are a lot of videos on YouTube for you to teach tapping. I did some tapping with Gala Darling from her YouTube channel this morning, and it feels amazing. It's been based on Chinese medicine that we have this meridian points in our body. We need to just tap these parts of our energy just to keep this energy moving and to unblock any energy that's stuck somewhere in your meridian points in your body. And lastly is stay away or walk away from people, places, experiences that drains your energy, that drags your frequency spiraling down. I know that there are situations that we cannot avoid, but there are people that we can walk away from. There are situations that you can walk away from. And takes courage to do that. I encourage you to do it for yourself, for your own sanity, because it's not being selfish. I'm telling you, it's not being selfish to do that. It's loving yourself and saving your energy to stay at a higher frequency. You want more joy in your life. You want more peace in your life. You want to be contented with your life. That's okay. And it should be. That's how we live life. How to use vibrations to your advantage. How do you even use this in your advantage? Of course, we need to discuss this. So first is to influence. Like what I've said, that what I did with my family is just to influence them. If you know for yourself that you are radiating this energy of joy and you know that this will change their life at some point, if you could see that there is a negative energy around the room and you could do something, do it. Especially for the people that you love. You could be the shining light for these people. Stop dimming your light, girl. Keep your light shining. Because not only it will light the world, it will also lighten the shadows and the darkness on people's heart. You may not see it right away, but who knows? A year from now, 5 years from now, that people have changed. The vibration of that someone changed because you keep your light shining. They see your light. They have seen the light in you that inspires them to light theirs too. So another way for you to use your vibration to your advantage is to attract. Attract the energy that you want. Attract the life of your desires. Attract the right people that surrounds you, that influence you. And it's like a manifestation. How will you raise your vibration to the energy or to the life you want? You raise your energy to the person you want to become. You raise your energy to meet your highest self. That is how you attract using vibrations and frequencies. And lastly, to eliminate. What and who do you want to eliminate in your life? There are people who can no longer tolerate high energy and they just walk away. And that they're giving you the favor. They cannot tolerate because they don't have the courage to change theirs. And that's okay. That's their own journey. You don't have to save them. It's not your job to save them. It's your job to support them, to guide them. And it's their job if they want to follow yours, or maybe maybe you are not the person yet to open their mind for awareness. And that's okay. That's okay. That's totally fine. You have those experiences where people tell you something and you don't listen. And then someone came out of the blue, tell you the same thing and you listen. That is matches. That's also a match of energy. Maybe you are not the right person for them, and that's okay. You are the right person to the right people. You eliminate what's not working, you attract what's working, and you grow. And you keep that certain frequency for yourself. You attract the life of your desires through up-leveling your vibrations every single day. Every single day, you get to attract the certain frequency that you want in your life. That is what we call the law of vibrations. So list down all the things that we talk about in this episode. I know it's been a lot. So just to enumerate and for us to remember easily. So how to raise your vibration is experiencing the things that gives you joy, manage your physical energy through nourishing your physical body, taking care of yourself, doing some self-care thing every single day, rituals that manages your emotions, and staying away and walking away from people, places, and situations that keep your frequency low. And how do you use vibrations to your advantage? 3 things: to influence, to attract, and to eliminate. I hope that you are keeping your energy way, way high for you to match the frequency of the life you want for yourself, to match the energy of your highest self, to feel the magic within you. That is the magic of this life. That is the magic of the vibrational law of this universe. Thank you so much for joining me in this episode. Please send this episode to someone who do you think needs to hear this. Please come say hi on my Instagram for any feedbacks, questions, or episode suggestions. Let's talk about your vibrational energy. Send me a DM on over my Instagram at Rovea Wanda. You can watch the video episode of this podcast by tuning in to my YouTube channel at Rovea Wanda. Please leave me a review on Apple Podcasts or rate the podcast on Instagram at Almost Goddess. And always remember to live your life with magic and wonderful surprises. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for joining me in today's episode. See you again next Wednesday for another episode of Almost Goddess